Fine. Sorry. Yeah. So right. So let us talk about sets and maps in JavaScript. Okay, these are basic features. This would be the last session on JavaScript today. So let us talk about this set and map. So basically, let us first discuss about map. So map is just like a JavaScript object. We have already seen about the objects, right? So how do we define the object and how do we send properties, right? So let us come back to that and let us see how we have defined an object as well. So basically, this is how we used to create an object, right? This is nothing but an object literal. So as I told you, so this is one. So if you observe here, every object, let's say if you wanted to get the value, you will be getting it, right? So obj1 and obj name like this, right? If you observe here, if I am using this name, which means that it is not getting me the actual value, right? I supposed to receive the test, but it is not giving me the, but it's giving undefined. What's the reason here is, so it will be converting all the keys to string type. Okay, which means that, have you observed this? So which I passed it in a string. The one, the one is passed as a string, but still I got this one, right? This is actually a number, but here it is a string, right? Here it is a string. So still I'm receiving this one value. So this is one of the drawback. I mean, what I mean to say is, so every keys of objects. So when object contains multiple keys, right? So basically, object is a key value pairs. This is key and this is value. So every keys of an object are going to be stored in a string format. So before, if you're trying to assign a new property into this object, so that key is going to be converted as a string and stored in the object. So that's the reason if you are calling with string, then only you will be receiving that parameter. So, but this would not be applicable to numbers. Numbers can be accessed with just integer numbers and also as well as with strings, because these are there is a type conversion will happen in JavaScript. So even if you know pass it as a number, so it will try to convert from string to number, and then it will give you the actual result. Even if you pass as a string also, it will try to get the value because all the keys are going to be converted into strings. Okay, So got it, right? So far we have seen uh, numbers and strings as a keys, right? An object can also be a key, right? Let us see that. Um, let me create an object, and let's say this name is key obj. Okay. This name is key obj2. Right? I have declared two objects here. Let us come back to this. This is how we have, right? So this is obj and this is two objects. So let me assign obj dot key obj2. Not like this. We'll go for like this. Key obj is a property and I'm assigning a value called object. Okay. So which means that my key is going to be another object, right? See this, how it is going to be defined. So see here, actually this supposed to show me the actual thing, the name and test, but it will try to convert your object to a string, which means that every object, so every property, whatever you're going to add into the object, that is going to be converted into string. So when an object is converted into string, this is how it looks like. Object. So how do we access this, right? So if I access like this, I'll be getting an expected identifier. Let me try with this. So this is how you're getting it, right? So, but this is the key which I have defined it, right? So let us try with this, because the key which we have followed is that, right? Key underscore obj is equal to object. You are receiving it, right? So basically, it will also, you understand, right? So basically it is also trying to convert it into a string, and then the actual value is going to be present, right? So let me add the other object as well, the one which we have seen this. Okay, obj of, this is object object 2. Let us say this is object 2. Okay, now let us see what happened. It was replaced with object 2. It was replaced already. So earlier we used to have with object, right? So now it is object 2. So which means that it is overriding your object, which it's you are expecting that it needs to be added, right? It's supposed to be added another property in this object, but what it has done is, so this was overridden with your object, with this was overridden with the previous object. This is how the JavaScript is working in objects. So we do have some pitfalls in it. So with this, to overcome this concept, so what we have done, what they have done is, so let us see how this is going to be written now. Okay, key underscore obj. Still it is getting the value, but not with the old one. It is getting the value with the updated one. Okay, so let us try with obj2 what it is writing. See, still this is also giving the same result. Okay, when you're trying to, but this is not going to be possible in real-time applications. So just for the sake of because in real-time applications we used to store only the property names as most 99% people are giving the names as strings only. Okay, so but just for the sake of understanding, I'm telling you this. So when you're trying to store an object as a key, see, when you're trying to store an object as a key into the object, then in such cases, so what it will do is, so every property of a key is going to be converted into a string, and then it is trying to store in the destination object. So the moment you are passing key as an object, so it will try to convert into string, and this string would be looks like this. Okay, so from there, if you add a number of objects, then that is going to be overridden with the previous object, because the same value would be the same. So which means that it is going to be overridden, right? If I'm trying to assign a value with the name again, so it is going to be overridden, right? So let us say I'm going to assign obj of name is equal to test1, which means it will be overridden with this value. In the same way, so when you're trying to add another object, then it is going to be overridden with this value. Okay, so these two properties are going to be written with the same value, with the overridden value. This is how it looks like. So but this is not the expected thing, right? So from objects, so that's the reason we have we have a concept called map from year 6. Okay, let us see how do we declare this map, and how do we use this. So pretty much similar to object. Okay, don't think more than that. So this is how we have to define. So new space map. M is capital here. This is case sensitive. So where map. So map is nothing but this is just a variable. You can give any other name as you want. Okay. But just for understanding purpose, I'm giving you this map. New map. Let us see how it looks like. See, this is just like a map, right? This is just like an object with object literals, right? So I will tell you all these things, entries, and so this is how we have defined an object, right? So if you want to see this, what is this type of map? This is object, right? So this is nothing but an object, okay? So let us see. So how do we assign, how do we assign an object? Shit. Okay. So how do we assign an object? Sorry, how do we add properties, right? So map dot set. Set is a method, so which is going to accept two parameters. Okay, the one is key, and then the value. Okay, so key is nothing but, let's say, if you want to pass name and then test, right? So this is how it represents. So name is added and the corresponding value is test. Yeah, just forget about the notations, how it is representing it, but this is how we have to add it. Set is a method to add it. Okay, let me add one more property, one. Okay, this is a number one. Okay, just for understanding purpose, I'm giving you. See, one is also added. Okay, I'm going to add string one. This is string one, right? Here I've given in quotations, whereas here this is just a normal property, right? See, what happened here is, if you observe here, see, this is going to be added a new property. Whereas in objects, if you're trying to do this, it is going to be overridden with the previous value, right? So, but with maps, we are going to, we are getting the expected result. So this is how we have to add it. So let us say let us add this key object, right? So key object map dot set of key obj comma object one. What will happen now? Let us see here. This is key. Key is representing as an object only. It is not representing as object, right? Whatever we have seen it. So which means that so map is not trying to convert every keys into string. It is not going to convert to strings before storing it, whereas an object is going to convert to strings. Okay, so that's the most important one which we have to understand. So let us see. So this is how the map is working, right? So now we have, let me add another property as well because you can understand easily. That is key obj2, right? So let me, this is nothing but an object 2. We seen this. So there is another property is also added. Okay, key name test2, right? This is name test2 and this is name test. So when you're trying to access it, let's say if I want to get the value, map dot get of name, which means it is undefined because you have stored it as a string value, right? Before trying to store it as a string value. So you have to pass it as a string, which means that you'll be getting test, right? Let me get the positive value now. So the number one. So the number one I have stored it here. So number one is going to return number one. The value would be number one. So let me get the value of string again. String, right? Which I've stored it. Though the value is string one, which means that it has the segregation, right? So it is not trying to convert it into strings. Okay. So if you have tried to store an integer value, and if you're trying to access the integer value, then only that particular value is going to be converted. Perfect. Right? So the same case is also applicable to this one. Okay. So get is a method to get the values of that particular map. Okay. So let us try with the objects now. Key obj. So key obj, what it contains object one, right? So we are getting object one. It is not returning the object two. Earlier in objects, what is the case? It is returning the latest value, right? So whatever you have been added. So but in map, you're getting the same result. So let us try with key object two. So it is returning that particular value only, right? So which means that we are good enough, right? So it would be good if we can use this map instead of objects now. Okay. But people are not using in real-time applications, but it would be good if we can start using these maps instead of objects. Okay. So as I told you, there is no case as far as my concern. So there is no case of storing an object as a property. Okay, as an object as a property of the key. But if you have any chance of storing an object as a key of the object, then you can go and use this map instead of objects. Okay. So this is how adding and getting the values, right? So how there is another method called has. Okay. So map dot has, which means that whether a property is existed in the value or not. I want to check it. So whether one is existed or not. Yes, it is true. It is existed, right? So let us say string one is also existed. Let me add two more parameters, which means that it is false, which means that this value is not existed in this, right? So let us try to uh, map dot has key underscore obj is existed, right? key obj2. This is also existed, right? So which means that has is a method which is going to check whether a property is existed in the map or not. If existed, then it is going to return true. If not, it is written false. Okay, this is about adding, add the value, get the value, and check whether a property is existed or not. So there is a method called size, property called size, which means that it is returning the number of values existed in this array, because this map is going to store it in the array format. So string based mechanism. So size is the method. Um, Size is a property existed in this, so which will return you the length of that particular map. Okay. So how many values? We could say that how many values are existed in this map. So here we have 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which means that it is going to return the size. Okay. So there is another, if you want to delete it, if you want to delete number 1, okay, we can delete it. Now see, let's see how the map contains 4 elements only. So the number 1 was deleted. This is string 1, okay. Let us see the size would be now. The size is going to be 4, okay. Sorry, my charging is over. Okay, so this is going to be the size. Okay, map delete would be the method which is going to accept a parameter which is nothing but a uh, key of your object. Okay, key of your property. So if you pass number 1, then it is this property is going to be removed from this map. Okay, so and then it is returning true. So which means that so once after the removal, so the map contains only 4 elements, right? So earlier we used to have 5 elements. Now the size is returning 4. Okay. So what if you want to remove all these elements at a time? Okay. There would be a case where you want to clear all the values. Okay. In such cases, there is a method called clear. If you press this, so map is going to contain 0. If you say map.size is 0, where it will remove all the elements. Clear is a method where it will remove all the elements existed in this map. Okay, so this is how it was to be, and we'll see how do we iterate over this as like arrays and objects. So how do we iterate map uh, loops concepts? How do we use this loops in maps? We'll see that. My charging is over, but so we will continue this session in another half an hour. So meanwhile, bro, you have that issue, right? So we'll can you start this session and then we'll join it? Okay.